my imperfectly friends. So, the question for today is, have you ever looked at your body and thought, why are we acting like this? It's almost like overnight, your energy changes, your weight shifts, your sleep got super weird, and your genes kind of became emotionally unsafe, right? And suddenly, the things that used to work, they just don't. So, less food? Nope. More cardio? Somehow that's worse. Stress? Good. That's absolutely helping nothing. If that sounds familiar, welcome. You're not broken. Your body is just changing. And today we're going to be talking about why. So, what's actually changing is our hormones are shifting. So, as we hit the upper levels of age, our estrogen is changing, progesterone changes, cortisol, hello, stress, that's absolutely playing a bigger role. And so, this is going to impact our fat storage. What worked when we were 23 isn't working any longer. Our sleep, oh my gosh. I'm so tired of my sleep being interrupted. What's with the 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock a.m. like wake up call? Hello. Our recovery, we just don't recover as quickly and as effectively and efficiently as we used to. Our moods are a little bit crazy. I've been having conversations with friends and clients that it's like, I'm like Jekyll and Hyde, and my husband can attest to that. We have lots of different cravings. All of a sudden, it's like we're ravenous, and then other times we're like, no, thank you, food. And our energy levels, oh my gosh, there's days where I just can't even get out of bed, but I have to show up and I have to keep going. So what's happening is that our muscles are naturally declining. So as soon as we hit our 40s, all of a sudden that is happening and our muscles are not being able to be sustained. So less muscle, that equals, hello, slower metabolism, which means, again, what worked when we were 23 or in our later 20s, it becomes absolute betrayal when we start hitting our later 40s. And that's like just mean. Like, hello. Let's just throw in the towel to our muscles, right? So stress is also playing a huge main character role in our story, which is so annoying. And our chronic stress, that is really meaning that our bodies are holding on tighter, not because your body hates you, but because it actually thinks that it's protecting you. This has been my story in the last couple years. So our stress is actually signaling to our bodies that it's danger, right? It's that fight or flight mode. And so your body starts prioritizing survival over weight loss. So that means everything that you're doing, it just holds on tight. And unfortunately, as we get older, it means that our stress levels sometimes increase. We think that it should decrease as we get older because the kids are out of the house and whatnot, but that's not always the case. And so your body isn't failing you. It's just asking for a different type of support. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about exposing those diet culture nonsenses, right? So when we're eating less, that can backfire 1,000%. All of a sudden, we're under fueling and our metabolism is slowing. That means that our energy is also crashing. So eating less is not the answer because all of a sudden, we are going to be feeling the effects of eating less. We think that we're making progress by reducing our calories. Hello, I think if you're in your 40s, you heard the whole eat less, move more. That was like the stereotypical like response from the doctors saying, I just can't lose weight. Well, eat less and move more. Okay, well, now we're in our fees and all of a sudden our metabolisms are slowing. We're having energy crashes and we're chronically under fueling. The other thing that we also are dealing with is that we've also grown up in a culture that it's cardio, cardio, cardio. Well, what's ending up happening is that it's increasing the stress that's on our bodies, which if we're having already normal stress in our life, And then we're throwing in cardio that's increasing the stress load on us. And I'm sorry, but what happens when we have double stress? That leads to burnout. And none of us want to be feeling that burnout. And it's also not building the muscle that you need. So when we're always focusing on cardio, because again, we've told reduce our calories. So we think that the more calories we burn by doing cardio, the better we're going to be better off. But what's happening is that that's not building the muscles that we need, and the muscles equal our metabolism. So we also have this weird thought and idea that we need these random restrictions, right? So it's like that punishment diet mentality. So we need to cut the carbs or go all in on keto. We need to start skipping meals because of what we overindulged in the night before. And really, that's not really working because we end up just surviving off of coffee and straight out determination. It's really popular, but really unhelpful. At one point in my own personal life, I was fasting, I was doing cardio, I was drinking coffee and wondering why I felt like a stupid, tired gremlin all the time, living off of my Wi-Fi. So it's I was just constantly just go, 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 because I was fueling myself with cardio, drinking coffee, and I was spun out. I was trying to be healthy in a way that was actually leaving me drained instead of energized. And so you really don't need more punishment. You just need more support. So what's actually working is really taking that mind shift into strength training. So this is where it's we're moving away from that cardio-based mentality, and we're focusing on strength training, getting in the gym, lifting heavy, lifting those weights, not punishment, not shrinking 8, 10, 12 dress sizes in 4 days, but focusing on strength. Building muscle matters. Building muscle impacts your metabolism. It's helping your bone health and preventing injury. This is also helping us with our osteoporosis and bone fractures later in life, which, hello, none of us want anything to do with that. And really, it's also helping our day-to-day, day-to-day tasks become easier, taking in and out the groceries, lifting kids or the grandkids, moving furniture without feeling exhausted and worn out. So after that, we can all say that strength training is absolutely necessary. And again, I'm just going to touch on the metabolism again. More metabolism, the more we get to eat. So that's, if anything, that's a bonus. And that's motivation to really be lifting and lifting heavy. Always be thinking, can I increase my weights? If I'm at the end of my set, can I go up in weights? And did I have 2 more left in me? Then that's when you need to increase your weights. Next, protein first. This is a shift that absolutely helps. Your body needs fuel. We're not talking good vibes. We're not talking all almonds, right? I used to do that. I used to actually count out my almonds at the beginning of the day and be like, okay, this is what I'm allowed to eat. But we're talking about actual fuel. So using protein as a mechanism in your life to really fuel your day. And so when we start transitioning our minds into just eating, into fuel, and really pushing that protein, because the protein is going to help you feel more satiated. It's going to help fuel your recovery. It's going to get you through those mundane times. Have you ever been at 2 or 3 o'clock and hit that crash? Well, likely it's because you're not fueling yourself with enough protein. So we're not talking just hitting your calorie goals. We're talking micronutrients and macronutrients. And so those are the types of things that you really need to start focusing on in order to make that appropriate shift. And again, that shift is also talking about recovery. Recovery matters so much. So we're going to be talking sleep, Like, let's create a great nighttime routine to where you're getting a good solid 8 to 10 hours of sleep. That is so great for your body to repair and refuel for the day to come. And when you're sleeping really great and really solid, that means that your body's having that active time to recover. Recovery isn't lazy, it's an active part of your routine. This is also going to help with stress reduction. So, also asking yourself, what fuels you? Does getting out in nature fill you? Does spending time with your family fill you? So, really trying to reduce as much stress in our life as we can. If you work in an office, get out of the office a couple times a day and go take a walk around the block. Go get your favorite coffee drink. And those types of things are going to help you to be able to recover better and feel so much stronger. Walking, get those steps in. So, whatever your step goal is currently, just slowly start increasing that throughout the day, because those types of things are gonna help you. Also support your nervous system, like doing breath work, meditation, spending time outside and in nature. Those are the types of things that are going to be really helping you get that recovery that you need. So what we're really talking about is shifting away from cardio and stress and all these things that wreak havoc on your body, and really moving into just consistency over the intensity. You don't need to do 75 hard. What you actually need is just a little bit of consistency. And that's where the results are going to live. So this isn't about shrinking your body. It's about strengthening your life, right? So before we kind of wrap up, we're going to talk about our strong finish. Our strong finish is one action item at the end of every episode that we can really focus on, because around here, we're not just collecting information and good stats, but we're going to be building on our momentum. So this week's strong finish is walk 10 minutes after one meal every day this week. That's it. Not for an hour. We're not talking about go doing a boot camp and punishing your body. We're just talking 10 minutes. A simple walk can help your blood sugar balance. It can help with your digestion. They call them, in some worlds of fitness, they call them fart walks because it's aiding with your digestion. It's also helping with like reducing that stress. Again, we're talking about reducing stress, not adding stress, reducing stress. This is a great way to do that. It's also going to help you with your energy and your cravings. And honestly, probably your sanity too. So sometimes we think that progress has to be like this dramatic scene in life, but it really doesn't. Sometimes the strongest thing that you can do is just take a walk instead of quitting. So small steps done consistently. That's where change is going to happen. So for this week, eat your meal, take a walk, and repeat again and again, because you're strong and you can do this. So if you're listening and you're thinking, okay, this is totally me, this is exactly how I've been feeling. First off, great. Now you're not alone, and we can stop guessing and stop trying to figure out what's going on, but we can actually start getting into work. And so this is exactly what I help women do through my coaching. So we focus on real food, real workouts, real accountability, and real life strategies that actually work. We're not doing extremes, we're not doing punishment, and there is no starting over every Monday. So my next round is opening up on May 18th, and I'd love to walk side by side with you. You can find out all the details and a discount code for $75 off if you're listening in May. Check out the show notes or connect with me on Instagram. And if this episode has helped you, send it to a friend who keeps saying, I swear my body is just changing overnight, because honestly, she probably needs this too. So bye, friends, and I will see you again next Friday on Imperfectly Fed and Fit.